for you to do that, I mean, once you're done with this, have a higher purpose in life, because that is what will help you remove all these conflicts. Because once you have a higher purpose in life, magic happens, Rashmi, I tell you. Somehow, your entire life, both personal and professional, you will try to find ways to align towards that higher purpose in life, whatever it could be. We all need to find that purpose. A life without a purpose is like, I think there's a common saying, it is like a ship without a sail. So,
Yeah. No, you're right, because be yourself. Everyone else is already taken as Oscar Wilde. And the ship without a sail is a very common way to say when you move, nonetheless. But how do you find yourself? How do you connect to that higher purpose, higher self, Malti? It's a lot of introspection, like you said, but in the rigmarole of the everyday life, we are so lost with all the roles that we play and the points we want to garner, the real things that we want to prove to the external world. So, anchoring oneself, getting deeper to find out who one needs to be, and to connect to that higher self is quite a challenge in itself. So, how do you suggest anyone who wants to get on the journey start? Where do they start, and what should be the first few steps they take in order to get into that direction?
beautiful question, Rashmi, very beautiful question. Well, the short answer is it's not easy. It's not at all easy. But the truth is, if you set your mind to it, it's not just for finding a purpose in life. For anything, if we set our mind to it, somehow we will achieve it. It's just that we are not putting our mind to it. When we put our mind to it and we put our heart into it, we will find a way. And like I told you, as a practicing Hindu, Sanatana Dharma has given a lot of ways. I only know about Sanatana Dharma, so I can speak only about that. That has been my guiding this thing. So I first reached out to a guru, and from there the beautiful journey started for me of finding myself. But then it's not the only way, I should say. I think it was also a quote, a very beautiful. I will try to find. I think it's Mary Lau from South Africa, from the African continent, whose article I happened to read, and she talks. She gives 25 different methodologies. I googled how can I find myself. Rashmi, today I can laugh about it, but there was this phase in life where I really wanted to do something. I didn't know what to do. So I kind of then everybody started, any motivational speech you listen to, they would say, find who you are. So it's not easy. I am Malathi, but that's not me. It's not me. So how do I find myself? I'm not lost. I'm here, existing in the real world. But and I've known myself ever since I was kind of born, I could say. So she lists out 25 different. 25 is just a number. I'm saying a lot of steps. I'm just saying it out of memory. I'm not quoting her. So she says you find out what your interests are, you find out what your skills are, and then you find out what is it that inside us. There's always something that's constantly telling us, this is the way you have to go, but we want to go this way, but that inner voice always tells us to go this way. So take some time. All of these take some time. Note it down. Note it down. So it's a practice that you have to do constantly. Then come back where you started. Then it goes in circles. But then eventually you do find yourself. You don't have to be very spiritual or very religious, is what she says. But I think it really helped me to speeden up the process, having a guru and having those practices, because it brings a certain discipline in you. It brings a certain routine. It brings, Rashmi, it's the faith. I would say at the core of it, it's the faith you have that you will find something. You will find the real you. And steps have been given to me, and I have to do it. It's my effort. It's only me who can find me. Yeah. So I think the faith in the higher powers or in my God really helped.
You took me back to Kung Fu Panda, where the recurring line in the film, I think it's part two or part three, I don't remember, where the recurring line is finding the me in me. And
Okay.
when I was watching this film, I realized most animated films are for us adults and for children. But behind me in the theater, I found a very little voice saying, "Oh my God, it's so interesting, no? Finding the me in me." So when it was break time, I turned to see who it was. And it was two like 5-year olds who were repeating the line. So today, when you're talking about it on finding the true you, makes complete sense that the journey begins, the lines come, the words come to you from which source God knows. But I think somewhere the lines stay with you. And I'm curious at this point, Malti, how did Bhogya come into existence? What does it mean? Where did the name come from? And please tell us a lot more about it.
Yeah, thank you so much. You seem to be asking all kinds of questions that are really close to my heart. I said I started off with this empowerment, especially for the mothers. And then I also wanted to understand how the women leaders are doing whatever they are doing. Do they have any struggles? Do they have any conflicts and things like that? So um, I gave this speech once about it was a women's day program. It was a program for women leaders, and we were talking about women empowerment. Um, that was a time when I was just coming out of my the difficult phases in life. Somebody asked me if you would like to give a speech. I was so hesitant, Rashmi. I was literally, it was just a question. They did not say, they did not invite me already to give a speech. They just said, "Do you want to?" It's an opportunity. But then I was shivering. I was so totally cold in my feet. I said, "No." I mean, I didn't tell them. I just told myself, "No, I don't think I can do this." But then the next day, I wrote to them, "I'm going to talk about internal empowerment of women." And they were shocked. "What is this internal empowerment?" I said, "You'll hear me out." So I mean, this is what I say. I have put my mind to it. I have now given a commitment. From where I cannot go back. So that speech was received very, very well by the. It was predominantly a German audience, and somebody came up to me and said, "Have you already written a book?"